Hello, Ancient One. I am the Firekeeper. Please, please, take a seat and listen to the tale of the Wolf Knight. There are many stories of heroes who perished, yet live on through the memories of those who knew them. Among all the names that time has blown into darkness, one still shines brightly. The name of a man who stepped into the abyss to face what no one else could. His name was Artorias the Abysswalker. In the days when Lord Gwyn ruled the fire, he was surrounded by 4 knights, truly brave warriors. The first one was Ornstein, the golden lion, faster than lightning. The second one was Kieran, silent as the night, whose daggers reflected death. The third was Gaug, the giant archer whose arrows could bring down even a dragon from the sky. And then there was Artorias, the Wolf Knight. These were the 4 knights of Gwyn. They said that Artorias' heart beat to the rhythm of a bell, and that his footsteps thundered like a blacksmith's hammer. That was because he had a magical ring, bearing the symbol of a wolf, which strengthened his composure and made his greatsword fighting style fierce yet calm, like a dance of a wolf that has nothing left to protect. So he stood by Gwyn's side, not just as a warrior, but as a symbol of the fact that courage can be found even in darkness. So too was Artorias' symbol, his armor, a symbol of pride and glory. But the armor was not golden and shining. It was heavy, but it fits Artorias like a second skin. It was stained with scars, fire, and blood. I've got a scroll here, which says, Armor of Artorias the Abysswalker, one of Lord Gwyn's 4 knights. The death of the owner of this armor was long ago, and it is badly worn and stained with the abyss. Along with his armor, he also carried his blade and his shield. The sword he carried was not made of ordinary metal. It was a blade consecrated to cut through shadows, yet imbued with the power of the darkness. It was sworn to fight, sworn to slay the creatures of the dark. This blade is imbued with the power of the abyss. Ironic, isn't it? A sword carrying within it the same poison it was meant to destroy. Well, the beginning of his tragic end was born in the town of Olassil. When Kaath, a primordial serpent, arrived in Olassil after his failure with the 4 kings, he manipulated people into digging up the grave of Manus and resurrecting him. Manus was a primordial man with an extraordinary dark soul, who was buried beneath the dungeons of their city. Manus then went wild because of his missing broken pendant, and he became the Abyss, which turned the people of Olasil into disgusting creatures. And it was Artorias who was called upon to fight this threat. However, due to the theft of his silver pendant, which protected him from the dark power of the Abyss, Artorias had no chance of defeating Manus. Standing by his side, however, was his faithful companion, Sith, whom he had saved by sacrificing his clean-sheen great shield. Then, left completely alone against Manus and facing the inevitable, Artorias was swallowed by the Abyss. His body was twisted and his mind darkened, leaving only darkness in his eyes. All that remained of the Knight of Light was a shadow, a broken figure who swung his sword at nothing, as if it's still fighting shadows that no one else could see. But there was someone who stopped his torture, the chosen undead from the future, sent by Manus to face Artorias in his madness-ridden form. After hours of fighting, the undead finally struck one last time, putting an end to the knight's endless suffering. A gift for his great lost soul. However, Artorias' story does not end with his downfall. Someone remained to protect his memory. Sith survived the battle with Manus thanks to the intervention of the chosen undead. As the centuries passed, the ruins of Olasil became overgrown, forming the Dark Root Garden. Sif settled in the forest near Artorias' crypt and continued to protect it with her companion's sword, fending off the undead who sought to desecrate the memory of the legendary knight. And so the night around the fire came to an end. The wind played with the ashes, and you, Ashen One, felt the warmth fading from your palms. But somewhere inside, a spark remains. Small, quiet flame that refuses to go out. They say that if you listen closely in the darkness, you can hear the rhythm of footsteps approaching from afar. Heavy, but not broken. The footsteps of a knight who stood up to the abyss itself. There is no need to pity him. He knew that every flame would eventually die out. But he also knew that as long as someone remembers, the fire will reignite. So, when you rise from this fire and continued on your path, engulfed by the night, perhaps his shadow will accompany you, not as a curse, but as a silent reminder of a courage. That was Artorias, the wolf who was not afraid of the dark. So, thank you all for watching. This was my first video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I would be very happy if you could give me a like, subscribe and comment, so that we can meet again by the bonfire and talk about other legends and their stories. Take care.